was one of the main healers in our raid group. And I was home for the summer from college, and my parents had just gotten a puppy. And I was like, oh, my puppy's been really quiet. That's unusual, and I kind of
hello.
past my laptop, and she had gotten into one of my monitor. She just had ink everywhere, and me naturally.
See, I'm spilling the secrets behind my thumbnails. Oh no.
It was toxic. I was like, oh my god, my puppy's gonna die. Did not explain further than that. Threw the laptop and wiped our entire raid. And that's one of my favorite stories of how my puppy killed 25 people in World of Warcraft.
I loved PvP, and I think I went on a 10-win streak once. I'm not that good, but I love it. And I think I went on a 10-win streak once in the arena, and I didn't even think about it. It just happened, and it was pretty awesome.
I still remember the first time I went to BlizzCon. It was the 2017 BlizzCon. I was really excited. First time getting to see all of these big announcements for all these different games live.
By the way, if anyone's actually here watching, I don't know. I have stuff up. I'm trying to work on the thumbnail. I thought about doing this very, very late, so I don't have a thing ready. I'm trying to work on the thumbnail, but thanks for jumping in already if you're here. This is a nice little picture.
I've been mired in Azeroth since the RTS days, and I haven't left since.
I've been playing World of Warcraft for about 15 years now. Which is pretty wild to think about.
I have been playing the same character, human frost mage, for all 15 years.
Yeah, I've been playing World of Warcraft for 20 years. Actually started like early alpha and beta.
I've been playing World of Warcraft, 21 years. I started playing when I was 5 years old.
Hey Zan, hey Belden.
And our code is, 20.
I was like thinking about it. I was like, do I stream this? Will it be interesting? Maybe. Like, maybe as well. It's definitely a free video to do real quick.
Signing, and I got signatures from everybody who was there who worked on the game previously.
Just trying to get this thumbnail ready first,
with people
I guess.
who actually signed it for me, and we get to share in like this experience of like I was such a passionate fan, and you signed this, and now I get to work with you as a professional.
Whether you want to just chill out and be solo and enjoy the world, or you want to like get in deep with your guild mates and like raid as hard as you can. There's a little something for everyone, and there's space for everyone to have a really satisfying experience. No matter.
I really got to clean up some of my files. I'm trying to find I have it. There it is. I found it. It's like I have a World of Warcraft thing.
New and returning players to.
I couldn't find it though.
There is magic here, and I think that magic will continue for the next 30, 40, 50 years, and I'm excited for what's to come.
Shit. Very messy.
Warcraft has always been my peace and my outlet.
I have such a deep love for everything inside Azeroth.
I thought, I'm gonna move on eventually, as if it was just any other game. And it wasn't.
I was a very introverted person, I was lonely, and then I accidentally stumbled upon World of Warcraft. I even ended up in a guild, and in the guild I even made some friends.
And we always come together to enjoy the moments that we create in the game, whether they're fun, competitive, or silly.
You sent me a whispering game going, my water just broke. And I said, oh my goodness, I guess we'd better go to hospital. And you said, nah, let's kill this dragon.
And we did.
leaked to the timeline earlier for the timeline. Interesting. Also, I completely fucked my
Hearthstone
thumbnail
changed
for
my life.
YouTube, but
I
it'll be
cannot
fine. I'll
picture
fix
my
it for
life
the real
without
one.
WoW.
But my YouTube thumbnail right now is fucking messed up.
Thank you, Warcraft, for giving everything that you gave us so far. Here's to like 100 years more.
When I say World of Warcraft saved my life, I really mean it.
120k people watching the stream, not too surprising, I guess.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Warcraft 30th Anniversary Direct. I'm Holly Longdale, the executive producer for World of Warcraft. Alongside Hearthstone, Warcraft Rumble, and the Warcraft real-time strategy games, we are all honored to be here to
imagine we'll find
celebrate
out pretty
some
soon,
big
Zan,
milestones
something like
with
that.
you and talk about the future. Many of us began our Warcraft adventures as players before we became
So I
developers
imagine
at
they might
Blizzard.
drop like
No matter which game
11.1
we
stuff
work
here. I
on,
don't
we
know.
all share a deep love for the Warcraft universe. Today, each of the
Like an
Warcraft
early look,
development teams will be sharing what's coming up. Some of it next year, some just a few weeks from now, and some will even be available today. So whether you've been traversing the plains of Azeroth with a view from above, or chilling in the Hearthstone Tavern, sorting out your minis for your Rumble machine, or pursuing
I kind of want to try to get back into classic, or at least like
so much for
I don't know. I
taking the
still want to
time
like
to join
cap a
us.
character in
Now,
hardcore, but
what better place to begin than with the
it's
games
been
that
like very hard
started
to
it
go
all?
back.
Here's Brad Chan from the Warcraft RTS team.
Maybe just be something different to do, like go play a hardcore
It's kind
character
of
on
funny how life
stream
ends up.
here and there.
I actually
but-
never thought about ever being a developer. When I was younger, I just wanted to play video games. Back in 2007, I was at a regional qualifier playing a game called Warcraft 3. After I qualified for the tournament, someone came up to me, gave me his card, and was like, "Hey, we're looking for experienced RTS players to join our design team." Naturally, I said I wasn't interested. I was going to go to the Nationals.
I
win that,
wonder
go to the
how
Worlds,
many
win that.
people are
Easy.
like me and they maybe played World of
Well,
Warcraft first, but then
it was,
like
it was
after
a
they
good
got
thing I kept
interested
that
in the
guy's
story,
card, 'cause 16
went
years
back
later,
and played
here I am,
Warcraft 3.
working on a game that remains so important to me.
That's
and so
that's
many
my
players
history with like
around the world.
Warcraft 3, going back after being
Throughout my
interested
career,
in,
I've stuck
in
to
WoW.
a few guiding principles. When something is broken, you fix it. When something is wrong, you make it right. And if things aren't good enough, you make them better. So without further ado, I'm here to announce patch 2.0 for Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Not a surprise, probably a
Available now, this patch overhauls
huge
the
new
environments
update.
and lighting and revamps the user interface. In addition, we are up-resing all classic Warcraft 3 assets to HD. You can now customize the type of assets you want to play with and even mix and match if you like. We have also included
oh, that's
a
not
bunch
the
of
is like the
quality of life changes, such as
original
in-game
Warcraft
hotkey
3 is updated.
customization, a revamped ladder, and much, much
I thought it was the
we hope you enjoy this
remastered,
update, which will
reforged
be
one.
available to everyone who owns Reforged. Now, I'm not just here to talk about Warcraft 3. We're also here celebrating 30 years of Warcraft. So not only will Reforged be receiving an update today, but we are also releasing fully remastered versions of Warcraft 2 and 1. So you can experience the
Ooh.
story from the very beginning.
I'd be interested in that.
These remasters have brand new hand-drawn visuals that capture the original art
You
style.
know,
from
as
each
long as the
game,
game
and you'll be
the
able to
game would
swap
need to get
between the
updated to a
original
certain
graphics
level. I
and the
don't know if I
remastered
could go
versions
back
in
to
real
like
time.
that old school of a game. I guess I don't know. I had to find out.
For Warcraft 1, we added modern controls such as right-click move, bandbox select, and a faster game speed. Both games have also received various UI and UX improvements such as tooltips and health bars, mission select screen, and an increased unit selection. Warcraft 2 will still have multiplayer functionality, and all legacy custom maps will still be fully compatible and playable. We are also bringing back the Warcraft Battle Chest, which will include Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. So here's to 30 years of Warcraft, and I can't think of a better way than celebrating than reliving
I've
the
never
story. from the
personally
very
wanted to
beginning.
go back to play Warcraft 1 or 2.
Oh, did I
but
mention this is all available right now?
that would probably be the pusher as a
Darkness has come again.
big remaster.
Doing
Yeah, there'll be a mount attached to the war chest, no matter what. 100%.
Who was betrayed. You must lead your people to their destiny.
The year I was born, 1995. 2 days before it became 1996. 3 days. Math is too hard. I can't math.
Aye, Captain. Work completed. By your command.
It's 3 because 29th of December, but...
Now, we are one.
Second, I never actually played the Reforged Warcraft 3. I did initially buy it, but then after, like, there was so much blowback from some of the, like, you know, like the very poor, like, design choices Blizzard made with the new remaster, I ended up refunding it. Very much the Reforged became a refund, you know. Like, you know, I wanted the meat wagon over there. And I gave it up because it was like, this game, I don't know if I could go back to it now. I'd rather not spoil my original memories of Warcraft 3.
Hearthstone turns 10 this year. It's been such an incredible decade. Together, we've made the tavern a place.
I mean, hey, if they've just updated, it might be worth a try now.
Some very tall tales indeed.
Technically had,
We've made friends with
4 years of
and now we're
updates.
traveling through space. But for me,
Maybe it isn't
the most
terrible
incredible
anymore.
thing of all is that I get to work on my favorite game with such an amazing team. Ever since Hearthstone came out, we've been with you on that road to legend. I remember on my first climb to legend, I had played something like 500 games in 1 month.
Hearthstone.
And as the clock ticked to
I
midnight,
haven't really played
I was
Hearthstone
2
in a
wins
long
away
time
and
either.
didn't make it. But I played another.
Last time I
500
did was
games the
definitely for like a
following
cross
month,
promotion mount.
Shout out to
I had
Darkshire
fun with
Councilman.
Hearthstone when it came
But
out, but
those
I like
1,000
it's
games
just another
pale
one of
in
those games that like kind of
comparison
quickly
to the more than
faded in the background. So I
160
would play
billion games that we've all played over the
I played
last
League of
decade.
Legends and actual
And that's
WoW
not
instead.
counting Battlegrounds. Can you believe that it's been 5 years since the mode launched at BlizzCon? That's 5 years of building Death Rattle Beast comps, magnetizing mechs, completing quests, and collecting trinkets. It's been awesome to watch Battlegrounds grow from what was pitched as the biggest tavern brawl ever into what it is today. We are so thankful to our community for being with us over this incredible decade, and we're looking forward to the next 10 years in the tavern together. The future is packed with even more places to explore and adventures to share. More expansions, more mini sets, and more surprises.
For me,
Now, let's take a look at what's just around the corner.
for like playing a digital card game, like Hearthstone would probably be the one I would play.
Blizzard
I
is
think.
getting to watch other teams pushing the boundaries on their own games. I think we're all genuinely fans of what our coworkers are up to, and it's really special when we find moments to collaborate. What's up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying your adventures among the stars in the Great Dark Beyond. We loved working on this expansion and wanted to take our next mini set further into the cosmos than ever before. Prepare to travel beyond Azeroth, beyond Warcraft, and into Heroes of StarCraft. I'm super excited for this mini set. It's the first time we've ever explored another universe this deeply in Hearthstone. A ton of people on the team, so much love for StarCraft. So being able to bring it into the Hearthstone Tavern has been incredible. Some might say it's about time.
Hopefully this doesn't open. Actually, it wouldn't really matter. Okay, good.
Obviously, we knew we had to go big.
Remastered chest.
The Zerg,
What's
Terran,
all in it?
and Protoss factions are represented on
Remastered
cards
1, 2,
via
3.
a faction banner.
Orcs and
Not only do the
Humans,
cards in each
Battle.net,
faction work well with one another,
Warcraft
they're
2
also
Battle.net
usable
edition.
across multiple classes. Each of the factions
Spoils
also has a
of
hero
War.
card featuring one of the most iconic faces from StarCraft.
Meat
the
wagon.
Zerg are led by the Queen of Blades
Oh, it looks like it's just a meat wagon.
Sarah
But they're
Kerrigan.
just bringing it
She
back.
gives
Or
Death Knights, Hunters, Warlocks,
I don't know if it's a new
and
one
Demon
or
Hunters
it's the same one we
access
got
to
a few
an
years
aggro
ago.
play
But
style with near endless swarms of Zerg cards. After all, what would a StarCraft mini set even be without its own version of a Zerg rush? For the Protoss, we have the legendary Artanis, seeking to unify his people.
I would genuinely wasn't paying attention. Is this a new expansion coming, or
priests,
is
and
this,
rogues.
did this just
He
go live?
focuses on powerful, high mana cost units and uses the psionic powers of the Protoss to make those cards cheaper. And finally, who else could we have to lead the Terran besides the iconic Jim Raynor? Thanks to him, warriors, paladins, and shamans will get a hold of the new starship keyword from the main set. But these aren't your average starships. They're battle cruisers. When we first started working on this mini set, we went to the team and asked, what does this need to have in order to truly feel like StarCraft?
So I don't have much.
We made sure to represent as many units from StarCraft as possible. There's even one character from Warcraft that snuck their way into the set. Grunty, the Terran armored Murloc. On top of everything else, Heroes of StarCraft.
I'm really sad I don't have like that battle pet, but it's like from such an old BlizzCon or whatever. It was like impossible.
So many strategies, so many interactions.
You know, been able to get that.
So much.
This is if I'm thinking about it, right?
And we might have some special music as well, just for the occasion. Heroes of StarCraft is coming in January 2025.
Okay, so it is a new thing coming soon, not live right now.
We're making some big changes to Arena.
As Leo mentioned, Arena is getting a major glow up. But first, let's talk about what makes Arena special. Arena is Hearthstone's premium draft mode, where you build your own deck from scratch at the start of every run. It's all about you flexing your deck building skills and card knowledge to defeat your opponents. And believe it or not, Arena has stayed mostly the same for 10 years. So we thought it was finally time for a little bit of an update. From now on, there will be 2 kinds of Arena to choose from. Normal Arena has a shorter format that lets you complete your runs more quickly, but still gives you that awesome competitive Arena experience. And after you've established yourself in the normal Arena, you'll be able to descend into the dark, dank cellar
Sorry
of
if you
the
heard that
tower,
like crash
where
in the
challengers are
background.
engaging in high-stakes card play in our Underground Arena. Underground has a distinctive basement aesthetic, longer runs, and a new feature we call Redraft on Loss. This means that when you lose,
This is all
you'll have the option to
good
redraft
and
cards
fine
and
for
edit your deck.
or Hearthstone
Refining it to
players,
up
I
your
bet, but it's like
chances of
I
winning
really don't
as you
want to be
take on
hearing
more
about,
hardened challenges.
you know, some like
We heard you
back
also
end
want a way
game
to show off
update
that you're an
in
Arena
the
champion. We
30th
got you.
anniversary thing.
Arena
You know,
ratings will be available for both the normal and underground modes. Ranking
that's
for
just
the
my
two
2
are
cents. It's
separate,
like
with the usual skill-based matchmaking in normal Arena. But in Underground Arena, you'll be throwing caution to the wind and facing off against opponents of all skill levels. Whether
I
you're
care
an
more about
Arena
Hearthstone.
veteran or
Maybe
maybe
you feel
you just
different,
haven't
but
clicked that Arena button in a
very
while,
indifferent
we hope
right now.
these changes offer you another exciting way you can enjoy your time in the tavern with us. And I'm happy to tell you all of this will be coming in the first half of next year. Now, here's Tyler to share even more of what's in store for Hearthstone.
So I probably should have asked, do I sound like, am I too loud? Am I overpowering the,
we've got a
the
lot of
stream?
really exciting
Should have asked
things
this like
planned
20
for the next
minutes
few
ago.
updates. But what kind of game director would I be if
Like,
I
I
didn't
wanna-
spill even more beans
I
about
do want to
what's
be
coming
heard if I want to talk, but
It's
I don't
going
want to
to
like
be the
completely
year of the Raptor,
overshadow
and
what's
you'll be
going
going
on.
on some awesome adventures in some of your favorite
Trying to stay
Azeroth
kind of quiet
locations.
for the most part, but it's like,
Next
again,
year,
they're
we
talking about
kick things
Hearthstone. I
off
kind of,
with one of our most
I kind of don't care about
requested
Hearthstone, so
as
like,
we
don't
journey
mind talking over it a
into
little.
the Emerald Dream. Here you'll find yourself in the middle of a legendary face-off between the Druids of the Emerald Dream and the forces of the Old Gods.
could just,
They'll be
do
fighting a
this.
high-stakes battle over the fate of the World Tree in our first expansion of the year. And things are going to heat up even more when the Druids of the Flame light up the mini-set. Our second expansion is also Hearthstone's first ever sequel.
Those guys are
as
cool.
we go back to Ungoro Crater. Join Elise on the hunt for a mythical lost Tortolan city. Spoiler alert, keep an eye on that volcano. After uncovering the secrets of the lost city, take part in a grand celebration in the 33.4 mini set. The party-loving Tortolans are hosting a festival in honor of the mighty dinosaurs of the crater.
I was going to
And
ask
we'd
that
hate for
same
you to
thing,
miss
saying
out
it's
on all
like
that fun.
Tortolans and
Closing out the
Ungoro.
year is our third
I
expansion,
mean, it's
where
just
you'll
their way
travel
of, you
with
know,
Chromie through alternate realities
their
to
idea for
recruit
a
legendary
patch, right?
Warcraft heroes like you've never seen them before. This all leads to an epic showdown against Murazon.
It's one of those
at
things
the
where it's like
end of
one thing I
time.
do appreciate about
And you
Hearthstone
won't
is
believe what
there was like
happens
that Gadgets End expansion
seen
where
just
like it
how
was
much
like
we've
they
got in
did
store for
kind
you
of
over the
turn
next
Gadgets
year.
End into
Heroes
this sort
of
of like
StarCraft, revamped
huge
arena,
mega
and
city,
3 awesome
you know,
expansions.
seeming thing. Which
We're
like,
incredibly
man,
excited
I
And we
wish
hope
Gadget
you're
Sound would be like that
incredibly
in the
excited.
game.
Thank you so much for being part of this incredible journey. 10 years in, and our adventures in the
'Cause,
tavern together are only
The
just
old world
beginning.
could definitely use an update again, I think. Oh boy, Rumble. I did play a good bit of Rumble when it launched, and I had fun with it, but as soon as I stopped playing it, I didn't look back and be like, oh no, I need to go back and play the new season or whatever. I was just like, no. I was just kind of good and done with the game.
To relive the memories
As soon as I was done with it.
and share that passion with the rest
I got to the very end of the main campaign.
What's up, everyone? It's been about a year
It was
since
just
I stood on the main stage.
it was just
of
a
BlizzCon
matter of
when we
grinding
launched
shit
Warcraft
out.
Rumble together with all of you.
So,
and what a year it's been. All of us on the team have had so much fun watching you dig into our game and explore the hero collection, the army building, the nail-biting finishes. You've beaten over 900 million bosses. And on the matter of Alliance versus Horde, you picked Team Jaina almost 10% more. But maybe, most importantly, you've summoned over 1 billion angry chickens.
pretty sure I played
2 billion
mainly.
chickens.
Cut.
In just a second, we're
Jeremy, we're
I
trying to
played
shoot
mainly
Rumble.
Karen. I was trying to remember.
Rumble?
I was
I
like,
know
it's
a
a
little
big
bit about
Tauren
that.
dude. Who's the guy? Oh, right.
Scoot the camera.
Karen Bloodhoof.
Cool. Awesome. When we started working on Warcraft Rumble, we wanted to make something that harkened back to our strategy roots. Like the first time I booted up Warcraft 2 on my dad's Power Mac 7100 66 AV. I'm stoked to play those new remasters. But we also wanted to do something in our universe that we'd never done before. So we started imagining that maybe somewhere in the Hearthstone Tavern, there was a mysterious arcade machine that printed miniature versions of the heroes and villains of Azeroth and zapped them to life for you to collect and command. In those kind of early days when we were establishing the art style of Warcraft Rumble, we wanted a sense of tactility. We wanted to be able to pick up and touch the art that we were creating inside of the computer. So some of us went and printed minis and painted them up like this. And that's kind of really where all
Those are
this
pretty
came
cool.
from. All of these minis were painted by our team. And well, if I'm a little bit biased, but this little guy's my favorite.
what does that say underneath?
Oh, under here?
Now you want to
Oh,
go
it says
say
Jeremy.
hi, but
But we've done more than paint minis since our game launched. We've added new dungeons and at least one new mini every single season. We've got the Dark Moon Fair, new zones, and a whole new family for you to experience in the game. We added our first raid, Molten Core, and laid siege to Stormwind. In our latest season, we even bust down the doors of Ironforge. And we ain't stopping there, are we, Vic?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit
Sure, they
about
could
what's coming up.
do that.
Starting right now,
Or
if you hop into
like
Rumble,
fans could do
we're
it.
running
People
our
with 3D
first
printers could
anniversary
do that
event
probably
with some
really
truly
easily.
Excellent loot.
We're celebrating 1 year of Warcraft Rumble, so if you jump in after the stream, you'll be able to snag some super cool rewards, like the very valuable looking gold kobold, which we affectionately call the Kogold. Okay, have you scanned this thing yet? Great.
We've also been working on something really exciting for later in the season. There are some characters in Warcraft that don't fit so cleanly into just one of our families. So we're adding split leaders. These leaders belong to 2 families at the same time, which really expands the possibilities of how you build out your armies. And we're not just adding 1 split leader, we're starting with 3. Up first, fighting for the Alliance and Cenarian families, is Malfurion Stormrage. And representing the Horde and Blackrock families, we got Chieftain and former War Chief Orgrim Doomhammer. And finally, leading Undead and Beasts is Anu Barak. But before any of these 3 new leaders join the fight, we're going to be reworking one that we released this time last year. Sylvanas Windrunner is finally taking her rightful place among both the Horde and Undead. We've got an awesome season ahead of us and can't wait for you to check it out. We'll be right there with you. To our
it's
amazing
been so long
fans,
since I played Rumble, I
thank
don't
you
even
for
remember
an
how the game
incredible
works.
first year
So
of
it's like,
Warcraft Rumble, and for
sure,
your
yeah, that sounds
unwavering
great.
support. Your passion fuels our creativity and truly drives us forward. But there was one more thing we wanted to talk about. Jeremy? Right? There was one more thing we wanted to talk about, right?
Nope. That's all I had. See you later.
Rumble X Raid Finder. Oh, is it gonna be the PC? Okay, there we go. I called it. Like actually a proper PC port. So I did try to, I tried to like, I tried to use like a phone emulator to try the beta or something, and it didn't work out at all. It was like really, really shit. Or maybe not the beta, you know, like when it launched, whatever. Which is something that like they need to probably have that out like within a month or so of that launch, because I'm sure people were interested in trying Rumble, but they didn't want to bother like downloading it to their phone.
We are so excited that you're here to celebrate 20 years of World of Warcraft with us. When the game first came out in 2004, I remember Facebook had just launched. I'd been in the game industry for a handful of years when I picked up WoW, and I was in awe. Even when I was running about and exploring on my Night Elf Hunter, I made friends who would group with me and tackle just about anything, including helping me save 40 gold for my first mount. I loved it. I still do, just like many of you. And as most of you know, the game saw absolutely explosive growth in the early years and brought multiplayer gaming to the mainstream. That in turn created countless friendships, camaraderie, and escape for people every day. It still does 20 years later. We dug into our history and discovered that across 2 decades, together, we've accumulated 1 billion days of time played in Azeroth.
Seems short, in my opinion.
So many of you have joined us over the years. Some of you have met partners in the world and gotten married. Some of you have even named your kids and pets after characters and locations in the game. Veterans from all over the world. Those who are hearing or visually impaired or have physical challenges. We've welcomed seniors, even whole families playing together with their kids.
It's
and
bullshit because
so
I know
many
I've put a
more who
billion
call our
days into
world
World of
home.
Warcraft,
No matter
so
who you
what about everybody else?
When you come to
You know
Azeroth,
what I mean?
you can live how you want and be who you want to be. It's a gift for so many, and certainly to us. We feel it every day. One of those special stories is live now on Netflix.
I still need to watch
documentary
this.
Called The
I need to
Remarkable Life
reactivate my
of
Netflix
Evelyn.
to watch Arcane and to watch this.
Mott Steen, who played a character named
like, little
Evelyn,
movie that they
lived a
put out.
life in Azeroth that he couldn't in the real world. He suffered from Duchenne muscular dystrophy for most of his life and fought it courageously alongside his incredible family, who I'm proud to have met and fallen in love with. Because of Mott's and his roleplay guild called Starlight, his family discovered the power of online game communities and advocate for gaming around the world as a source of joy and companionship. Sadly, Mott's was taken from this world and Azeroth far too soon. Because of Mott's and stories like his, we were inspired to create a charity pet program for Classic and our modern game to support Cure Duchenne, a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving and extending the lives of those affected by Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We want to thank you in advance for giving to this cause that offers support to people just like Mott's. This little cutie is Revan, and he's available until January 6th. He was inspired by the detective agency
Why
Mott's
limited
created
time for a
his
charity
busy
pet?
roleplay life in Azeroth.
You know what I mean? Whatever. Just be griping.
Right now, we have our 20th anniversary celebration running in-game. We've got modernized Tier 2 armor sets, classic time walking, new world bosses, trading post items, rewards, and more with all that nostalgic flavor. In the War Within expansion that we released a few months ago, we've taken the leap into the first chapter of the World Soul Saga. More coming on that. And of course, Classic is always cooking. But this moment is about you. You're the thundering heart of World of Warcraft and always have been. Stay tuned as we share what we are serving up for you. And thanks for making Azeroth a place you call home.
Classic. They're gonna save retail for very last. What's new in Classic? The game that came out 20 years ago.
Hey everyone, Clay and I are so excited to be here today during this anniversary celebration to talk about what's coming up for WoW Classic.
I can't believe that after 20 years, my Orc Warrior is still finding new adventures in Azeroth. Shout out to all my buds on Tacondrius.
Feels like just yesterday I was on my Night Elf Druid, ganking some buddies on the Teneris realm at the Crossroads. Sorry about that.
Being on the Classic team and getting to help contribute to this incomparable legacy, which has breathed new life into the original Classic experiences, I'm not sure anything compares to it. I love how vocal and passionate our player base is, not only about what parts of WoW's history they want to see come back, but also their passion for things we try and have experimented with.
Speaking of us taking some pretty big swings, in Season of Discovery, we've loved watching you use your new class abilities, take on our all-new level-up raids, find secrets, and team up to defeat Ragnaros and Nefarian.
My kind of problem with Classic is like I had fun, but like what the issue I had was that because I kind of like only played it with like a group of people.
This will bring new
it's like
changes
it
and
felt,
surprises that we
you know, trying to play it solo ever was just like worse overall.
New rewards. You
So
know
I
us
kind of
well
just
enough by now
fell
to know
away
exactly
because no
how
one
we'll
else
mix it
wanted
up
to
as you
like play it
wager your
anymore.
sanity for ancient
It's like fair enough, right? It is an
Beyond
old
that, for
version
Season
of a game we already played.
We have one more phase to come. We previously announced we will progress through all the phases of the original Classic era. So get ready not only for Naxxramas, but new instance content featuring the Scarlet Crusade, as well as adventures in Deadwind Pass.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
To Cataclysm Classic, where we recently launched the legendary Firelands.
Like
We've undertaken
Deadwind
difficult
Pass, like,
challenges,
as far as I'm
besting
aware, it really had
Ragnaros
nothing in it in the original
and
Classic,
his
so
feet,
like maybe
and are
actually use
hopefully a
it
few
for,
steps closer to
for
getting your
Season of
very
Discovery.
own Dragon Wrath staff. We're looking forward to bringing you the final phase of Cataclysm Classic when our Hour of Twilight patch and Dragon Soul raid launch early next year. I know you Classic
And
players
I
out
still
there
think
must
that
be
like
curious where we're going
what
next.
they've done with like the Classic
Let's be
expansion
honest, you know
launches,
where we're
they've
going
like
next.
turbocharged like the pace that those come out, and it seems counterintuitive to me. I gotta say. Like TBC was out like barely a year, and then you're doing Wrath, and then Wrath was barely out for a year, and then you're doing Kata or whatever. And I don't know how Mist Classic is gonna do, considering we just had Remix, but they're gonna milk it for all it's got, I think, at this rate. Man, I love myself some Panda Boys. Isn't it a little surprising to think that like I'm pretty sure that the Panda models are like the oldest character models in the game now? Because I'm pretty sure they updated all the other
Classic
ones.
team is proud to announce that Missa Pandaria Classic is coming.
They still look great
and
in
we
my
can't
opinion,
wait to
but-
bring it to you next summer. With its legendary class design and incredible raids and dungeons, set amongst a gorgeous environment and backed by an unforgettable soundtrack, we'll be traveling back to
Yeah, the
experience
soundtrack
all
for
that
Myst
Pandaria
is
has to offer together.
Really fucking good. I love listening to Toast or whatever it's called. It's a great
Mist Pandaria Classic
song.
is super exciting for all of us, as well as Season of Discovery, and we love that we'll continue to be on that journey with you. But we know we spend some time on the internet, and we've heard some of you out there, you want something fresh.
Which is why we are so pleased to announce that we are bringing you the Classic experience. All new Fresh Realms with the WoW Classic 20th Anniversary Edition. And it's happening soon.
Restart it all again.
Actually soon. These realms will be going live next week on November 21st, but you won't have to rush to level 60. Classic is all about the journey after all. As we've made a change, and our first raid, Molten Core, won't unlock for a few weeks after launch.
We'll be launching realms of all flavors, PvP, normal PvE, and for the very first time, hardcore,
which will progress through the phases in lockstep with the other two. This means a fresh start for everyone at the same time, together, on a level playing field with fresh economies on very large realms.
If you missed out on jumping into WoW Classic's initial launch in 2019, this is the perfect time to join our community. These servers will also launch with some of the quality of life features that came later on, like the Chrono Boon Displacer to save your world buffs, and the improved PvP honor ranking system. And yes, we're also pleased to announce that these realms will progress to the Burning Crusade Classic.
Again, like they're just restarting the cycle again. Classic will go forever. It'll keep relaunching and relaunching over and over again.
20 years ago, alongside all the work we're doing for Season of Discovery, Cataclysm Classic, and Mists of Pandaria Classic.
I need to get me a World of Warcraft poster. My wall is a little barren in that
and
regard.
we love the community that has
I have the Swolderon thing, but that's
home alongside their friends.
you know.
From all of us on the Classic team, thank you. This amazing journey is one that's been
I need a
co-written by
proper
you,
Warcraft
our incredible
poster.
community.
I do have some World of Warcraft stuff, but it's all
Hi everyone,
up
we're in the
there
middle of
on
such
top
an
of my
incredible
desk and
moment
stuff.
for World of Warcraft. The World Soul Saga kicked off in August with the launch of The War Within, and we have been so excited to dive into the expansion alongside all of you. Whether you enjoy raiding, dungeons, delves, PvP, collecting appearances, pets and mounts, role-playing, or exploring the open world, we hope you found a part of Azeroth that brings you joy. It's humbling to be standing here on the eve of WoW's 20th anniversary. Looking back, 20 years ago, I was fresh out of school and I had just seen enough of the beta to know that I needed to play this game, and then immediately stopped to avoid spoiling the experience for myself. I'd booked a couple days off work for launch and was looking forward to really diving into Azeroth. But little did I know that my server would be offline for the first few days due to overwhelming demand. Shout out to Mal'Ganis. But even less could I imagine how this game would in so many ways define the rest of the course of my adult life. So, let's talk about what's coming up for World of Warcraft. Starting with what's
what we're
on the
all here
horizon.
for.
We have 1107 Siren Isle, which is currently up on our public test realms. This update will go live next month, and it has something for everyone. On the narrative front, this update includes epilogue questlines for Dalaran and the Kirin Tor.
Rehashing
No spoilers,
of,
but this storyline features the mysterious Haranir, who also played a starring role in our
Rehashing of the
expansion release
island
in
from
May.
Dragonflight.
We'll also get
Copy
into
paste.
the prologue
Got it.
for
Got
where
it.
we're going next, but more on that in a minute. 1107 also, of course, brings its namesake, the Siren Isle, a new outdoor environment to explore, full of mysteries to uncover, and rewards to help catch up your alts and prepare for the next War Within season ahead. Plunderstorm is returning, this time with a plunder store to give you more flexibility in earning your rewards instead of that linear renown track. Also making a return
That was a big
will be the
mistake
latest
with the original
iteration of our
Plunderstorm, is having to
Turbulent
grind it
Timeways
up the entire
and
thing.
a Winter Veil revamp.
If you only
We
really
can't
want like
wait
the
for
one
you
or two
all to
things.
experience this update next month. As an additional treat for those of you invested in the story of the War Within, we will be releasing a novella that explains exactly what happened to Jaina and Thrall after they left us. This novella is narrated by none other than Chris Metzen and available today. So, I know many of you have already seen 1107, but you have to be wondering where the War Within is going to take us after that. Okay, so following Xal'atath's trail is going to lead us to a location that I've been personally excited about since we first settled on the idea of an underground expansion. Undermine, the capital
Hell
of the
yeah.
Goblins' trade empire. Fittingly, our name for the 11.1 patch is Undermined with a D. Now, this is a city unlike any city we've seen before in World of Warcraft, standing as a testament to the intelligence and creativity of the goblins as masters of technology and alchemy. And as our adventures continue, we will learn more about goblin culture than ever before. What's important to them, what problems they're trying to solve, what they're capable of as a society. Everything that makes them truly unique, beyond the humor and the explosions. Though, just to be clear, there's going to be a whole lot of explosions.
I feel like that really makes sense that they're doing
You'll
this,
arrive at an
because we're also going to be doing like
plunged into
Cinderbrew Meadery, which
conflict
just
in
has
the
like
four major
goblins in
goblin
it for
cartels.
seemingly no
Steamweedle,
reason, but it makes sense that it's like literally
Blackwater,
11.1
and of course, the
is
Venture
also
Company.
goblins, so.
You will
Motherlode
align
is back.
yourself with a group of your choice and
It's
run
gotta be
into
Motherlode
notorious
is back.
goblins
That's
like Monty Gazlo,
coming in season
Renzik the
2.
Shiv, Baron Revelgaz, Marin Noggenfogger, and more. Now, if you're going to be in cahoots with a goblin cartel, you can't be seen rolling around in anything less than a truly blinged out ride. So early on, you'll earn a vehicle designed just for Undermine to push the boundaries of locomotion within
That
World
should
of
actually
Warcraft.
drift in game.
Undermine was built for speed, with roads designed for driving, which is just as well, because this car travels much, much faster than your regular ground mounts. You can also further adjust your car's driving characteristics. Do you prefer grip, or do you want to drift more? Do you want more acceleration, even if it's going to
Shit.
come at the expense of your top speed?
Oh my god, are we
That's up
getting
to you.
fucking ground
You
races
can
as
try it
well?
all and rule the streets of Undermine,
Please say that's
living
coming.
your life 440 yards at a time. We'll also be adding a new dungeon in Undermined, Operation Floodgate,
Ooh.
which is a race to stop a group of goblins
Is
from
it
blowing
the-
a dam that would bring ruin to
the
the Ringing
Mecha-
Deeps.
uh,
This dungeon
Mechagon,
will also be immediately available as part of our new Season 2 dungeon pool
whatever the other one time
on heroic,
was of
mythic,
this
and
expansion.
Mythic Plus difficulties, alongside the 4 other launch dungeons and 3 returning legacy dungeons. Now, we'll have many more details in the weeks ahead, but I can tell you that one of those legacy dungeons, naturally,
Motherlode.
in light of our goblin theme here, is the Motherlode
Not a
from Battle for
surprise.
Azeroth. Continuing to build upon one of our favorite parts
They literally
of
showed
the
off
War
the
Within,
final boss,
this new
so-
zone brings with it 2 new delves for you to explore, and we're creating new
More
variations
delves,
on the existing
woo.
delves. We're also introducing seasonal updates to Bran Bronzebeard, a new adversary to follow Zek Veer, and a new set of goblin-inspired curios for Bran. Of course, a new season also means a new raid
Shit,
zone.
look at that
we have an
fucking thing.
8-boss raid called the Liberation of
Look at that
Undermine
thing.
coming your way, which takes you through the streets of the city and into the magnificent Galagio, brimming with color and extravagance that also hides the dark
Dude,
secrets
this raid
of its
looks
owner,
awesome.
the one and only Gallywix. And for the arena PvPers out there, we're also introducing a new arena map set right amidst the city. Now, some of you may be wondering how Xalatath fits into all of this, and how goblin politics relate to the fate of our world soul. But rest assured, Undermine plays a vital role as a continuation, a next chapter in the many stories that are unfolding in the War Within. We will have a lot more to share on that front in the months ahead. And that is just the beginning of what we have planned for the next year. Now, as you can see, 2025 is going to be an incredible year for both modern and classic WoW players. As the World Soul Saga continues to unfold, we are reflecting on these past 20 years with immense gratitude as we lay the foundations upon which to build the next 20. On behalf of the entire World of Warcraft team, thank you so much for being the
Yeah, it
heart
might be
of
the
the history
case.
of Azeroth. Whether you've just joined our community, been with us for the last 2 decades, or somewhere
They'd
in
also
between,
just like nerf
thank
the
you for
shit out of
making
Queen
Azeroth
Ansrex, so I
your
don't know
home.
how difficult that boss is
And
going to be
speaking
for us. You
of
know?
home, the team does have one more thing to share with you.
Player housing. Maybe. Also, I fucking love the new warrior set, I gotta say. Yeah. So, player housing is coming with Midnight. Or I guess it's probably going to be more like
Thank you for
Warband
joining us today
housing
and
or
for
something.
being with us for the past 3 decades. The Warcraft universe is a living, breathing world that's been experienced by over 250 million players around the globe. That's millions of stories of adventure, laughter, and true connection. And as the years have passed and our communities have grown and evolved, the statue behind us reminds us all how important Warcraft is and continues to be. It serves as a reminder of our shared passion for building Azeroth together. And it's you who truly bring Warcraft to life, our players, and the communities you are a part of. Thank
I
you
imagine
for
it'll
being the
be
lifeblood of this
instanced
world
like
that means so much to all of us.
Garrisons were.
30 years of
That,
history
like, you
is
can
the
invite
perfect
people to come
foundation
to your
upon
house
which
and
we
stuff,
will
and
build
they'll,
for the
you know,
bright
just
future
yours be
ahead.
at, like, one spot
and
or
we
something.
can't wait to walk that road alongside
I mean,
you.
I don't know. That would be my
And
guess,
before we
but
go,
maybe they have a
we want
different
to
way
share
of doing
something
it.
very special. This September, 190 performers took to the stage to celebrate 20 years of World of Warcraft with a series of concerts in Switzerland. Prepare to dive back into the history of World of Warcraft through its incredible soundtrack performed live. And whether this music invokes cherished memories or you're hearing some of these pieces for the first time, we hope you enjoy the performance. Here's to the next 30
I'm not
years.
super sure if I could stream the music part. Gotta say, I won't lie and say I'd be a little afraid, copyright purposes. But I don't know. Maybe it's fine. They'll just use player housing as a way to really, like, drain gold out of people. I bet. Like, it'll be super expensive. You want to buy yourself, like, a big fucking mansion or some shit. And it's just the concert now, I guess. So that wasn't too bad. Like, the actual World of Warcraft stuff was great. Got Undermine coming, which is, like, actually really, you know, a place that's been, like a dozen years in the making, ever since, like, Cataclysm, and you did the Goblin Sorting Center. It's like, wow, look at this big city. Like, just think about the big Goblin city that's just, like, you know, it's supposedly just right there, too, so... The raid looked awesome. Like, I mean, they didn't really show off any bosses or anything. Like, they gave us, you know, like the kind of panning cinematic view, but it looked like very colorful and great. Let's just hope it's not a fucking laggy mess like Nerub-ar Palace is. I wonder how long this concert is. I mean, I thought they showed Gallywix as he's like the final boss or something. I just want to be able to play the game without having to, like, turn off every add-on and turn all my graphics to 1. Because my computer is old and kind of bad at this point, but it isn't that bad, I think. My computer, it's all like, everything in it was like top of the line parts for 2018. I got like a 2080 in here, NVIDIA 2080. That was great for a long time, but it's definitely seemingly has run its course. Like, my brother was, you know, he watched one of my streams like 2 weeks back, and he was offering to give me his graphics card because he has like a 3080 that he doesn't use quite as often as I use my computer, you know, for gaming. So he was like fully down to just like literally let me have his graphics card, but I haven't actually gone ahead and done it. I would love to do it just for the sake of like streaming, having, you know, more consistent frames and stuff, like so it's not just like kind of a mess to watch for anyone actually watching. But I'm not like stressing that out yet, so I should probably I don't want to like I mean, it's just music. We've all heard the WoW music before, so I can like turn it down. What else to talk about? Warcraft. I think like the things that are definitely the most exciting for me is like, again, like all the new stuff coming with WoW, player housing, Undermine, Warcraft remasters for the original games, which like I would never personally go back and play them because it's just like I can't play old games anymore. Like, you know, like you go and watch like a video about like, you know, a game you played as a kid and it's just like, wow, this game looks like absolute ass nowadays, but like in my mind it looks like crisp and fresh, like, you know, every other game nowadays. But like, no, it's like a blocky, terrible mess. So, hey, that would be like the only way I could play those games with like a proper remaster. Let's hope it's a good remaster this time and not original reforged. Like the original Final Fantasy, not the like the new remake or whatever the newer game is. Like, again, there are some exceptions. I'm not saying that like every game is unplayable that's old, but yeah, the actual, again, like I'll say the actual, all the like true Warcraft stuff, Warcraft RTS and World of Warcraft retail, very excited for that stuff. Still in game? No, not quite. Here's an OG one. Again, I don't think I'm gonna sit here and watch the entire thing. I might like listen to this song and then get off so I could like make a little video or whatever, and or just, you know, make a Twitch highlight and export it to YouTube, call it a day. Although I was wanting to do, I already did some keys this morning when I woke up. I might do some keys before a raid. I'm gonna start getting my other alts up to speed, like if I could get my monk to 630, I'd love to end this season with like 630 characters for like all the classes I'd be interested in playing next season, so I could just like immediately jump in and be kind of like good right away. At least 630.
Good evening, heroes of Azeroth, and welcome to World of Warcraft 20 Years of Music. My name is Charlotte Pyle, Senior Music Producer at Blizzard Entertainment. Tonight we are thrilled to present a live
I'd like to play Evoker. Like I really enjoy Evoker. I gotta say, I may not echo because I seemingly am always stuck tanking, so I really can't play my Evoker as much as I would like.
Musical compositions, each one enhancing the epic story.
Yeah, I'd love to get my Evoker like ready for the next season, and I would love to play it as like a main Innovate if like Nama's coming back or whatever, you know. Although again, it is weird raid leading from not the tank, but being arranged at least would I think it's kind of like an equals out because I could see more of the raid going on. Depending on what song they play, I might, Burning Crusade. Again, I don't have, like, much, like, I did play in Burning Crusade, but I really don't have, like, you know, like oh, like such insane memories of that time, because when I was playing Burning Crusade, I was like leveling, you know, I was an alcoholic even then, and what I would do in like Burning Crusade times is I would play characters, I'd make a new character, I'd level it up to like 20 or 30, I'd get bored, and then I'd make another new character. And I would do that like for every class. I'd make like mage was like the big one I kept going back to. I'd get it to again like 20 or 30. It's like, man, blinking around is so fucking awesome. And then, nah, never mind. I don't want to play this anymore. I'm guessing this is the login screen music. I can't remember it, but I bet that's what this is. Like, it's fair to say that I played more Burning Crusade. I played more of it in the classic version than I did of the original Burning Crusade. Like 100%. Although I am sad I did genuinely really want to play like Burning Crusade. Like I wanted to raid and do all this stuff, but I hit cap and I did some of the like initial like heroic dungeons. Like I did some of the, because you still had to get you still had to, what's the stupid term? Yeah, I still had to get attuned to heroic dungeons if I remember right, and I think that was where I stopped. Wait, I just went to look at it just out of curiosity. They said Warcraft Rumble's on PC, but I clicked on it and found on that, and it's like play on mobile with a QR code. Good job, Blizzard. It's what we all wanted. At least all the remastered stuff is down there. Oh, it was in beta. Okay, gotcha. That's the problem with like I was like talking and not actually paying attention to what they're saying. I just saw the the guy click on over to Warcraft Rumble on PC or whatever, the Battle.net thing. I was like, oh cool, it's probably on PC then. Because a lot of the stuff they announced, to give them credit, they were like, oh by the way, this thing it's live right now. Warcraft Remastered, live right now. It's like, oh cool. Like, it's pretty good. I think at this moment I'm half hoping they move on to a new song and it's gonna be like Wrath of the Lich King. Like if it's like Grizzly Hills or something, I'll probably sit and listen to that and then I'll probably stop. Karazhan music though. Sorry. Really done fucked up that YouTube thumbnail of mine. I have this text behind my stupid face. Oh well. It'll only be there for like 10 more minutes or whatever. Excuse me. Might be close to the end. That looks like Sunwell Plateau to me. Just in the background. What's a really random thing to remember all of a sudden? When I was younger, like seeing all the, you know, orchestral instruments, when I was younger I did play violin for a while. And I was actually kind of like interested recently, like when by recently I mean like 5 years ago, I was like gonna actually buy myself a new violin. Maybe not a new one, but you know, a cheap one, a functional one. It wasn't all that great, but I did only play it. I was like 4th grade in elementary school or something. I mean, it probably wasn't all that great. Maybe I was okay. I don't know. It was so long ago. And in my random memory about doing that, like being in the like the school orchestra or whatever, was there was just like 1 week where I can't remember the exact reason why, but like actually no, I think I do remember why. There was like this one specific week where like we had this like, as the school orchestra, we went around to a few different schools in like in the district and we played. Like I don't know if it was like a competition or anything, but I remember like this is like such a stupid ass American thing to remember, but I remember like in between or after we were done, like they gave us, like we got McDonald's. Like what a random ass shit to remember, but I remember like getting McDonald's for doing that. And then there was another thing, I think literally within the same week, I think I won some other like school competition lottery thing where I also got McDonald's for winning. Fuck. Great times. It's really easy to remember moments from your past when it involves food, especially dog shit like McDonald's. Like back in the days when I loved McDonald's, that was the only time, but nowadays I can't stand McDonald's. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's exactly it.
And nowadays, I still like fast food, but I hardly get any anymore. Because I'm just, I don't know.
I don't work enough to get fast food regularly, but I'm gonna BRB. I'll just like let the music keep playing for now. Yo, are they still doing bangers? Yeah, it's like probably the... Like, I think between Wrath and Mist would be like the 2 expansions I have like the most like nostalgic music memories. And of course I go in AFK for half of Wrath. Probably half. Yeah, they're doing it, like I imagine they are. It is going to take a hot minute. I got myself some bread. So obviously, what else do you do when you're listening to a concert or orchestral concert than eat crunchy bread at the same time? Decided to give Raven a tiny piece of bread, like a dog. Seems to be eating it. Usually don't get much like scrap food because you get sick so often. I'm afraid for you. But again, overall, I think this little stream they did was pretty awesome. It's awesome, like, you know, they kind of like did a big teaser for player housing, which again is probably of no surprise that they've been working on it, and like we're confident enough to show, like, again, maybe just a tiny teaser, but still show it off that like they're working on it and it's probably coming out next expansion. I just realized they have World of Warcraft like gaming chairs the fucking pianists are sitting in. What ballers, dude. Those are the real gamers in the orchestra. They're like, I'm fucking bringing this shit from home. Maybe I shouldn't show that for a second. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, something would pop up weird. I'll bring it back up in a moment, the concert. Oh, come on. I'm happy I got to listen to this one. gotta say, the drop campaign for the stream only being 20 minutes is awesome if you want to get your mount real quick, but if I want to suck people in to watch my stream for 4 hours, it's not so good. I gotta say. Raven's very excited. Maybe they're... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, maybe they're not doing every expansion. I thought that was like it. If they are doing every expansion, I think I am going to go ahead and hit the button and stop. Probably keep it on in the background and listen to it, but stop streaming for now. Yeah, double check. It's only 20-minute drop campaign, so should already have had it an hour ago, pretty much. And, obviously, I'll catch everyone later for raid. Or maybe probably, yeah. Definitely later for raid, we hope. I definitely want 20 people tonight. I would love to just, like, walk in, kill Sikrin, and then do Rashanon. That'll be fun. So, here's hoping. I'll catch everyone later.